Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
That's right, kids. It's the weekly wrap up. It's the show where we shoot the... It's all right. It's the weekly shoot the show. And I do put the emphasis on show. That's right. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the program. We got Sadie behind me here. He's probably going to start barking at something out the window. We also have with us from Canada, Cece Karaoke and Paul Chatto. So we got two Canadians here.
I'm in my basement.
Is that the canoe for Mr. Canoe Head's head?
Yeah, that's the canoe from Mr. Canoe Head.
That looks like that looks like your man cave.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep,
I
built
want
this.
that area.
It was fun. I spent 2 years doing it, mostly because my wife would not let me take everything that was down here and stick it in the garage. I had to build a room and then move everything and then build another part and then move it on top of that. And it broke me.
It's the canoe layer. It is.
Yeah. But this is great. I built it the way I wanted.
Or the canoe cave, actually.
It's all framed in steel, which I'd never done before. I'd done wood. And I went, let's do the steel thing. And that was a good idea. That because the walls are like straight.
Well, I think
if you're anal retentive, then build in steel. It's the best.
I don't think anything can knock it down then either.
Yeah.
There are people who build entire houses in steel.
Really?
But the fact that I did it on my own, I was able to carry like all the studs down by myself without killing myself, right? As opposed to 3 studs at a time.
Yeah, and at your age,
I was much younger.
A little younger.
Young man when he did this. He was a young canoe man.
I don't think I could do this again now.
I'm guessing you didn't also dig a hole for the foundation and everything on top of that.
No. But I did some innovative things. You can get the floor raising tiles that have got the pebbling or the dimpling, but at 2 foot by 2 foot. But they're really expensive. And so what I did was take you can get the outside house wrapping, the Delta wrapping, and I just put that on the concrete, and then I put floor tongue and groove 4x8s on top of that, and then screwed it into the concrete, and it's worked great. And then I have carpeting on that. No one should put carpeting directly on top of concrete. It's
no. You want to have an underlayment so you don't get any seepage.
Well, yeah, but you know what? The number of people who build cheap basements and do that is legendary, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, maybe one day I'll do like a building finish, or like a basement finish on one of my.
Speaking of seepage, before it seepages from my brain, Culture Casino is also here.
Yeah, we were just talking.
And also, we have another Canadian.
Oh,
Script Doctor.
Hey, Canadian. Hey.
Good evening there, eh?
Hey, you guys have taken over now. We're screwed.
We're outnumbering you.
I purposely got over the air antenna just so the Canadian television cable networks would not substitute lousy Canadian ads for the American NFL ads.
Now I'm trying to remember. Has CC met Paul before? I know you and Script. I think.
Yes.
Before. Okay, I couldn't remember. Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure I make the introductions.
Last week was our first time.
And I've been to your karaoke channel.
Yeah. Oh, have you?
So many Canadians, eh?
So that means you've listened to us croon, huh?
It's a wild channel.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time organizing it.
We have fun on Friday nights. That's true.
Yeah.
What do you want, Culture?
No, you said I was going to go earlier. I was trying to, but then you went live, so I didn't get a chance to ask. But you didn't say what. Come on.
We'll probably go for like 2 hours at the most.
Okay. All right. So I need to add 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Culture, you trimmed.
Yeah, that means there'll still be 6 hours left of the football game. That's okay.
Okay.
Are you ready for some football?
Foosball.
I was just watching. I just missed a Ben Stiller ad. You bastards!
They've had a bunch of those on Google or YouTube all week.
I
Tripping
watched.
Orc is here. Go ahead.
No, I watched the Galaxy whatever thing Mahuji, and the trailer and the new Flash trailer. Well, the only
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Did you see the Super Mario Brothers trailer from earlier?
I have not.
Those guys are going to make so much money.
I mean, I saw one long time ago.
Yeah, this was fun. Yeah, I'll show it here in just a minute. Actually, Tripping Orc says, "Thanks for giving me a reason not to watch the Super Bowl." Well, that's why we're here, Tripping Orc. Although Paul's going to give us updates.
It's called counter programming. It's still 7-7. It's the first. The Kansas City Chiefs have the ball.
You should have done it like nerds. Like the guys with the red and the orange uniforms got the ball. The guys with the white uniforms are trying to punch the other guys with the ball.
Well, they should definitely not be calling it football. They need to be calling it toss ball or carry ball. There's nothing even remotely
not enough
footballish.
Fist ball. Oh no, wait, that's a little
fist ball. That sounds a little. I don't know.
That's
tomorrow is Joshua's birthday. Well, happy birthday tomorrow, Joshua.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hey.
The Wallman's here as well. And he says, should we tell them about the Wired's review of Hogwarts Legacy? Can't wait to see the video on it eventually. Yeah, Andre, I guess, is working on something with that. But I guess they gave it a very horrible...
1 out of 10, right?
Yeah, that's the one that was done by a woman who specializes in dildos and butt.
Yeah, she's the sex toy reviewer, right?
Sex toy reviewer, yes.
There aren't any of those in the game, is my understanding. So she's going to be very disappointed.
Well, what do you think?
Well, aside from a few magic wands, yeah.
And then the editor of Wired defended her.
Yeah, nice.
Wired used to be an interesting, fun magazine. I guess not anymore.
Kind of like Rolling Stone.
Yeah, Rolling Stone.
Yeah. That's a pale comparison of what it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
They don't think anything past maybe the 1980s is relevant. I think they put like in their top 500 songs, they have like one song from the 1990s and almost nothing from.
Well, that or it's a lot of newer stuff anymore. I noticed. Like,
to go down that rabbit hole, you know, they like when Black Sabbath was first new, they gave those albums 2 stars. Like Paranoid, they gave it 2 stars.
What?
And then they retroactively decided, oh no, it's a 5-star album now.
Oh no! What? Oh, really? 2 stars for Paranoid?
Yeah. Wow. Well, they hated Black Sabbath.
Did they hand it to the sex toy reviewer to review it?
Oh boy!
There was some tough critics back then. Well, that's where Cameron Crowe came out of too. You know, and he followed around the Eagles and Led Zeppelin and shit.
My wife yesterday read a review of the Beatles' first appearance on Ed Sullivan, and it was brutal. Like some 72-year-old guy reviewed the Beatles' appearance on Ed Sullivan. It was the funniest, most scathing takedown I can recall.
And this was published at the time of their debut, or is it like a retro?
It was right after they showed up on Ed Sullivan. Ed Sullivan's show is finally going down, going down
the tubes or whatever. Yeah.
Going down the tubes. And this is the most talentless group of long-haired people you will ever see. Oh man, it's joyous to read.
They didn't have long hair at their debut. In fact, they were suspected of being communists at their debut.
No. They were considered long-haired.
They had the mop tops already.
They didn't fall past below the ear.
That was long back then.
It was long. Oh my God.
Those were fucking hippies back then.
Listen, I was young at the time, still in the swings, but holy crap, when the Beatles showed up, the stuff on the radio was insane. I had my 4-transistor Sony and listening to people's comments on it. I mean, wow. Oh no.
They used to be very critical of I've read reviews of like the Rolling Stones where they talk about, pretty shittily about Mick Jagger, and same thing with David Bowie where they jump on him for some of his stuff too. And it's like, yeah, you're on the wrong side of history there for that one.
Yeah. I gotta dig that one up. It's funny. And Ed Sullivan's music director also had a piece written where he thought they were just talentless hacks.
That reminds me of the review of Star Wars that George Lucas had put on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Where it's a horrible review.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Culture. You were about to say something. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I was gonna ask Paul. I was like, with your 4-transistor Sony, did you carry around your Kodachrome as well?
No, I don't think I had a camera at the time. I just had, you'd go to the sandbox or you went to the swings and everything, and you would, you'd put your Sony radio, AM radio, crank it up, put it on Chum AM, and just listen to, pacemakers.
Chum AM.
Can you imagine that? You got like da 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 dum dum dum.
That's your pal.
Blasting from your kid's room, and the dad's like, "Turn that devil music down. That's noise."
No wonder y'all are so friendly. You had stations like, oh, there's your Chum AM. Listen to Pal
Chum
Radio.
AM, we had Oldies 1150. There's a number of good.
Who's your buddy? Chum AM.
And you got the Chum charts every week. They would. These colored little pieces of paper you could subscribe to and get the Chum charts. And it was great. I mean, we were always arguing as to, who was the best band. Was it the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Jerry and the Pacemakers,
the Flamingos?
No, I don't remember the Flamingos.
You're all wrong. It was the Turtles.
Yeah, Turtles were good too.
I'm just kidding. But yeah,
no,
they're good. They're good.
Animals.
The Animals are pretty hot too. Yeah.
Moby Grape. It was a great time.
Music radio used to be on the AM.
Yes.
Before my time.
Well, that's where like FM rock became like album rock then. Back
Well,
in the 70s
FM was
stuff.
way later. FM was
that's what I was saying. Like in the 70s. That's what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah, that was and Chum FM. They had no advertisers at the very beginning. It was just this giant experiment. Rainer Schwartz would play an entire side of an album and then forget it was on while it was coming close to an end when he went to the pisser. And that we'd be listening on air, and all you'd hear was the needle going. And then he'd come back and go, "Hey, man, sorry about that. Completely forgot. I was smoking up in the can, and I didn't know how long the album was. Sorry." But that was just high.
And that was the inspiration for WKRP in Cincinnati.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
I will bet you anything that a lot of WKRP came from Chum FM.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And I love the fact that WKRP is W crap. I always thought that was kind of funny as a kid.
Yeah. I never got that until I was a little older, but yeah.
And
Alf is in the
They can't replay the show because of all the copyrighted music.
Yeah, it's a tougher show to get your hands on. Elf says, Tom, can we expect a Bat Tom cameo in the movie? Yeah, you could probably see him in the background there somewheres.
Did any of you guys see the Flash trailer?
Yes. I can't wait to play the video game.
Enthusiastic Tom?
Yeah, I can't wait to play the video game.
Wow.
That's what it looked like to me. It looked like a video game.
You got your butt plug in. Fuck.
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
That was fun.
All right, well, we'll watch it here in just a moment. Brightburn says, can't wait to see how many watch the Flash film. Well, that's a good place, Brightburns, to bring this up.
Well, based on the trailer, I'd go watch it.
Okay.
It has some ups and downs. But Script, this is the first time you've seen it. So this is your first experience.
The pyrotechnics are great. This looks like one. This actually looks very Marvel-y.
Were you watching the football game or the trailer?
I was gonna say I thought the effects looked really bad. To be honest with you, I'm like, they spent this many years on this movie and this looks this bad.
What's wrong with it?
Okay, so kids, we're gonna get copyright claimed out the wazoo. So thank you to everybody who is super chatting us today, because that is all the revenue we're gonna see. Because from here on out, it's going to be completely claimed.
I could just like go offline.
So this is the house.
No. We're going to do it anyway.
This is the house from Halloween, everybody. Just in case you were wondering,
Michael Myers is right over there. I can see him. All right, here we go, kids. This is because I want to hear Culture's or Script's specific reaction to this since he has not seen this yet.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one? Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not going to lose her again. time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. My face. You stole my face.
In Time Cop, the movie would be over right now.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be. Bruce, I could fix things. You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe.
Sorry. We've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
So basically, if you haven't figured it out yet, all those leaks were true.
Woo! You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Oh my God, it's Michael Keaton. What happened? He's a cartoon.
You're an unhuman being.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
She's the key to everything.
Barry.
She'll save us since Superman's not here.
Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
Yes, I'm happy to see Michael Keaton back, but he could never do that kind of stuff in Batman. It seems abnormal.
The premise of Barry wanting to save his mother, that's fine. The tail end of the trailer did not make me want to see it, but the first half of it, I was kind of interested. I like the deep relationship dynamic that he saw his mother die, like that's part of recent Flash canon, and he wants to correct it. But I don't like the whole time travel universal stuff that the Flash uses. So it's all right.
I love the story beat when someone is trying to fix something through time travel, through repeating events. It's like Groundhog Day to a certain degree, but it's been done in a bunch of other places. Edge of Tomorrow, right? And they can go really, really well when they do it right. But kind of like what Script Doctor said, as the trailer went on, it sort of veered away from that initial concept that caught my attention and started going in other directions. And it's okay, was that Supergirl next to the at the end there instead of Superman? And it's like,
Yes.
okay,
why?
Because in one version, in the Flashpoint series, Superman does land in Metropolis instead of Smallville. He just destroys it, and the government hides him in a red sun room where he's withered and all scrawny because he's never seen sunlight and he's been in prison, and then they break him out. It's a stupid story. However, CC, you were talking about time loops, which those can be done really well and are a lot of fun. Edge of Tomorrow, Groundhog Day. I think Ryan Reynolds was supposed to be in one about like a wedding a while back, but I don't know if it got off or was completed. Vaguely familiar, but that's very different from time travel and multi-universe and stuff. That's we already saw it done kind of poorly in Marvel with Endgame, and time travel is a very difficult thing to get right. But time loops, that's different because you have set of rules, which is you're stuck within this day and you go over and over again. Surprisingly enough, time loops are a lot cheaper than time travel because you have the same standing sets that you're in all the time. You book locations, you don't have to do much. Recently,
Eagles touchdown.
Ooh, All right, that's 6 more points.
Good. Wow, your math is fantastic.
You missed the field goal, right? There's your 3-point spread.
Go nerds.
And but the season 9 premiere of The Flash, they did a time loop episode as their first episode, which tells me that they have no money for the season because you only do time loops because they're bottle episodes. Essentially, that's what a time loop episode is for television. And it's like your season premiere, you have no money, so you have to do a time loop and bottle episode. My gosh, that's bad. If you're fans of the Flash TV series, either they're going to spend all their money on the finale or they're going to have nothing. It's not going to be much of a show, which I mean, it hasn't really been much of a show for years anyways, but it's not going to be much of a show for this denouement season.
The first episode, the first trailer for the first show looked pretty fun.
For the Flash? Like back in the first season?
No, season 9, this most recent season.
The trailer for the first, it's a time loop show. They're repeating the same day over and over again.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't get that from the trailer, but
yeah, because CW advertises falsely all the time.
It's okay.
They tell you this is going to be good. You watch it like that wasn't good.
Yeah.
That was objectively bad.
Culture, you've been quiet. What'd you think of it? CC?
You jaded people.
Yeah, I mean, as I said a moment ago, it's like they could do a really, really great job with this movie. It could be awesome, but I mean, there's just a lot of like they probably won't.
I have to ask everybody a question. I'll start with you, CC. Are you going to go see it?
No.
Okay.
Probably not.
Paul?
Yeah.
I'm contractually obligated to torture myself at least 3 times a year.
I like cheesy shit as long as it's the right cheesy.
I'm going to see it, and then that way I can review it.
I'm going to see it for Michael Keaton alone. I'll be 100% with you, and that's it. And honestly, I'm like a little turned off by all the CGI animated Batman scenes. I'm like, he couldn't do that shit in the original movies, and he's like 30 years older than he was before. What the fuck?
100 years older.
He's got new knees. They gave him new knees.
Go ahead.
What'd you say, CC?
At some point, you have to watch a thing so that you can say whether you like it or not, right?
Oh yeah,
I
clearly.
did that with Rise of Palpatine. It's like, okay, I have to watch it once so that I know what I'm talking about. I didn't like it, so now I can say I didn't like it. I can't, rather than just saying, "Oh, it was bad," because everyone says it's bad, right?
But there's okay. Well, I guess it depends on how you're going into it. I am going into this somewhat positively. Watching The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, there is absolutely no joy in that right from the very beginning. That was like going to get your teeth pulled,
followed by a colonoscopy.
See, that's kind of more where I'm at, Paul, because first of all, I hated the fucking Snyderverse, right? And you have 2 of my favorite bits of DC material here, like Batfleck is my favorite bit of the DC Snyderverse, and Michael Keaton's Batman, arguably Batman and Batman Returns, I hold dearly. So like, yeah, those 2 things I'm very much looking forward to. But I've never liked Ezra Miller. That's never been a secret. Like even before he became a problem, if you go back and listen to earlier, like he was between him and Kryborg, I could give a shit less. Like those 2, as far as I was concerned, were the 2 weak links in this.
I agree with you, but I didn't mind Ezra's performance. I thought it had the right tone, but his outfit was horrible.
There's that on top of it all. But see, I'm more with script. Like you need a more like
masculine and competent sounding Flash.
Yeah, and they were trying to go too much of the Spider-Man route with him at that time, trying to copy Tom Holland a little bit more, which I get. But there's other characters you can do that with. You did not have to do that with Flash. But all that shit aside, this means nothing, right? We know this is leading to nowhere. And I can see from the trailer and all the stories we know, they're basically replacing Superman with Sasha What's-Her-Face as Supergirl. Yeah. And she will be the one who defeats Zod instead of Superman in this version. So she'll be the key to everything.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're going to continue with her. This is just one movie.
No, unfortunately, she's fired, or fortunately, or however you want to look at it for her. I mean, I guess.
Oh, Steve Martin ad on the Super Bowl. Shut up.
Did Did you all see WDW's Pro's report the other day about these for DC projects coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that being a thing because we see Disney doing similar things right now as far as spinning things off, and they may be setting certain things up for sale. And frankly, this is exactly what George Lucas did when he wanted to sell to Star Wars to Disney, because they came back and only told him it was worth like 2-something billion. And he's like, well, how do we get it up to where it's worth the same amount as whatever it was he paid for Marvel? I think it was at the time, the 4.5 billion or whatever, 0.05 billion or whatever. And they said, get some things into production and maybe we can, juice up the worth. And that's where he, started getting the stuff together for the sequels. And then when they took over, they just completely trashed his shit. But yeah.
Well, yeah,
I think it makes a lot of sense in concept.
Well, I wouldn't mind saying this publicly, but because the diversity of studios is shrinking, I highly doubt the courts will allow an existing studio like Amazon or Apple to buy Warner Brothers. They'll let another company that's not in the entertainment industry could buy it, but I don't think Apple and Amazon would be allowed to, because we had 7 major studios plus Apple and Amazon, so it was 9 total. Then Disney bought Fox, so that made it down to 8, and then MGM was purchased by Amazon, so that's down to 7. So you're getting smaller studios that are having more control over the industry, and that is going to be getting very close to an antitrust issue.
Yeah. But thank you, Brightburns, for that. That's what got us into this conversation, of course, with the trailer. David Glenn sent for the cause. Thank you so much, David Glenn. We got more trailers coming up here, actually. Tiger Valley says, never have I wanted a movie to fail so badly. Honestly, at this point, I think it'd be hilarious if the fucker makes like $1 billion just to send even more mixed signals to him. They'll be like, oh shit, now what? Waltman points out the Indy 5 trailer is out. Yes, we're about to watch that. I think all of us haven't seen it yet. Bass player, 2011 Iffy says, Flashpoint, like all DC events, sounds good on principle and then falls flat on its face when it's published.
That's I know you're not attention to the concept that they're doing. That's one of the things that's been terrifying and tragic for the last 25 years in comics, is they come up with this great concept and then they don't follow it through to its rational and logical thing. They do something which is I'm going to be addressing this in an article on my Patreon soon, which is knowing what your character wants to do versus knowing what you want your character to do. So you as a writer have desires that you want you to do for your character, but if you don't set up their motivation goals to fall in line with that, you're now then battling the very instinctual nature of yourself versus what you've written for your character. So if you say your character, example, hates their neighbor, but then their neighbor goes missing, they're like, well, I'm going to find out what's going on with that. No, they wouldn't do that, because they're like, problem solved. My annoying neighbor is gone. Why would I care that they're missing? I'd hate them. They're like, you don't do a movie like that. So, that
makes perfect sense.
I'm going to be talking about over the next few days.
And I want to thank Scott Westbrook for gifting 5 Minutes Edge memberships. Thank you so much. Many Dragons, Mighty Orbots, Tenebra, Tex Florida, Ironcaster, all received them. Thank you so much, Scott Westbrook. We appreciate that here at the channel. So let's check out this 30-second ad for Indiana Jones. Why don't we? First time.
Anything to do with time travel generally sucks.
Well, here's another one.
Yeah.
You ever met? My memory's a little fuzzy. Are you still a Nazi? Hell, Indiana Jones. What are you doing here? Let's go, hang on!
Wow, she got more screen time in that 30-second trailer than she did in the first trailer.
That's a teaser.
Yeah, that teaser. Yeah, you're right, Script. It was a teaser. So,
well, I mean, Indy might have saved her, except that she screwed up, so that's a start.
Yeah, but that's what the hero's there for. Like, how many times did Steven Spielberg's future wife screw up in Temple of Doom, and Indy had to save her? That's fine. Like, I mean, That's one
Well,
thing
yeah.
that we have to be careful not to conflate, is that the hero has to save their companions. So if their companions are screwing up and the hero saves them, that's a good thing for the hero. It shows us that they are the hero. If the companions don't screw up and it's the hero that screws up and the companion has to save them, and that's a pattern of behavior that's detrimental to who the hero is, then you're basically not you're not writing the correct protagonist in your story. You're telling the audience that character A is the hero, but they keep failing, and character B is not the hero, but they keep succeeding. And if your narrative is still focused on character A, then yes, you have a conflict of interest because you're confusing your audience as to why we're following this main character if they're not really the hero. So
it struck me that they chose to show us that in a 30-second trailer. So I like that.
They need to get butts in the seats. So they're doing all the special effects stuff. The special effects stuff that feels so impractical, as in it's not practical effects, which is what Indiana Jones kind of specialized in. Like they, at least the first three, not Crystal Skull, of course, but I mean, Indiana Jones jumping to a car with that much speed and intensity in the cinematography, that's not Indiana Jones in style.
And now we're hearing what the budget for this movie is.
Oh yeah, it's
over $300 million.
Probably even more because they're spending money on it.
Valiant was saying like somewhere closer, like 350.
Yeah. Oh, I saw his video. His calculations are a little off because there's no actual legitimate currency exchange in productions from US to the UK. They set up the companies locally, take lines of credit locally so they can avoid that precise eventuality. It's like they would never say, oh, we've got like 350 million US. Let's go buy that, exchange that for UK and shoot in the UK. No, they don't do that. They don't do it that way. That's very reckless.
Philadelphia fumbled and Kansas went in for the touchdown.
There you go. So Kansas is up now?
No, it's going to be tied. Philadelphia was in control of the game, and then
it had to. They have to. Like I said,
shows you how much I care.
Before we started the game, it has to be a 3-point win for the Eagles. That's the way the script is written. That's the way the game is going to work out. 37-34.
But as a trailer, I thought it was fairly successful.
As a Winnebago?
No, not the game. I'm talking about the Indy trailer. I thought, okay, it felt Indy, but with the caveats that script mentioned, there was a lot of CGI stuff in it.
Yeah, that's what turns me off.
What about if it's a school bus?
What about the school bus? Isn't that what CC is?
He's talking about different transportation modes because you said trailer.
Well, you left out camper.
Said trailer. I was.
We're getting there.
You need to have someone write your jokes, Culture.
You can pay Paul.
Yep,
he's a pro.
I'm free right now. Script charges because he's better than me.
Okay.
Lord. Bayo Nola is here and says Bayo Nola. Am I saying that right? Bayou Nola.
Bayou Nola. Yeah. No, you know what that is? New Orleans, Louisiana.
Ah, gotcha.
Bayou.
Having fun down there at Mardi Gras. Reeves and Seymour in a moment in this time travel movie I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Reeves and Seymour?
Yeah, don't you remember A Moment in Time with Christopher Reeve?
Yeah.
Oh, Reeve. Okay, sorry. No, I thought it meant Keanu or something because it's Reeves.
Oh, no, that would be awesome too.
Okay.
Yeah, Keanu is Christopher Reeve as.
Keanu Reeves is Christopher Reeve as, that would be fun.
The Uber One ad had furries. That's the first I've seen.
Okay. Jack White says, Tom, did the email I sent you guys really need to check out the anime manga already? You'll find yourselves being a little happier as a result. I think something's up, Jack, with your email. I've not gotten an email from you in a while. Double check the
address.
Yeah, because the last time you asked me, I couldn't find it. I have no idea what's going on. Like the last one I got from you is, let's see here. That or I can't remember what your email comes under because I'm not seeing anything here.
Yeah, I don't really need anime. I've got classic episodes of Twilight Zone and Cheers and Seinfeld, and
There's 100 years of movies too.
Yeah.
I've watched a few hundred anime shows. There's some really, really good ones, for sure.
Oh, I know there are. I just haven't. I mean, I liked Cowboy Bebop to a point. I thought it was all right. Beautifully drawn. I have a lot of the Gundam series because I think those are kind of fun. I think the English dubs are terrible though. On it.
Gurren Lagann is good, and so is Ajin. Ajin is scary as heck. That's a creepy show. Amazing anime. Ajin. Ajin. That is fantastic. Very adult, clever.
All right. And then we have one more trailer. Oh, Jack says the first episode of the new season of Demon Slayer is getting a theatrical release. I saw that.
Oh.
So we'll see how it goes.
Demon Slayer is great. That's one of my favorite.
Elf says, Culture, do you have any more lessons to teach? Well, he's got a whole channel for that.
Okay, so all right, so if you're trying they're talking about body disposal. So let's try a different approach.
Let's not.
Oh, okay.
Slingshot, giant slingshot.
There we go.
Into the ocean.
Let's watch this instead because now after seeing this, these fuckers are going to make all the money in the world.
Oh, Tom, by the way, Andre likes talking about Conan a lot. I just saw Jason Momoa in a 2011 Conan. Did you just ever talk about Momoa as Conan?
Never.
Yeah, there's a 2011.
No, I'm kidding. It's been brought up many a time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're an asshole. Okay. Yeah. No, I never heard of it. I can't remember you guys talking.
Really?
About it.
Oh yeah. That was Frederick Malmberg was very disappointed in how that turned out.
Oh,
the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I just don't recall.
What's his face? I'm trying to remember the other producer who had a lot to do with that. Was it
Oh, it's okay. I was just mentioning that. And Batman Ninja is fun. That's an old one that I never encountered before. Have you seen that script?
The Jason Momoa Conan? No.
Batman Ninja.
Oh, the cartoon?
Yeah, the 3D
Yeah,
cartoon.
that was ridiculous.
So far I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, okay. So you haven't gotten to the ending where he's a giant kaiju robot?
No.
Okay.
Paul will love that though. I did like the Ninja Turtle Batman one outside of a few things, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
But up to that point with all the different bad guys taking care of the different Karatsus is fun.
You'll have to let Andre know that you just discovered Conan tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
Because he'll be like, oh, and what did you think of it? So he'll ask you all about it, and then he'll give you a history. But speaking of cartoons, this is ingenious. This is I can't say anything more than that.
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
Thank you, Super Mario Bros. It seems like the only thing you haven't drained is my bank account. For super service, call or text Super Mario Bros. Plumbing today at 929-55-MARIO. Or reach us on the World Wide Web at smbplumbing.com.
They just guaranteed.
They pulled that from the live action variety show, right?
Yep. They just guaranteed that the adults are going to go with the kids to this movie now.
It's a Mario.
But is any of that in the movie?
Probably. Maybe. That's probably their ad, I bet.
That's very
that's what it is. Yeah.
Total Ghostbusters ripoff.
Yeah, but I loved it. Especially the chick is perfect. She's like, the only thing that's not empty is my bank account.
The only thing they didn't drain was my bank account.
Drain was my bank account. That whole bit was funny. It was just, yeah. So clearly that's their commercial they made for their plumbing service. Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, perfect. Take my fucking money.
You remember local commercials? Those are my favorite. Like with the carpet guy, he'd be like, hey, I got brand new carpet here. And, we can install
Look at this. Look at the response to this.
Or or a car dealership ad.
Car dealership ad. When I was in New York for a summer, I saw Celino and Barnes commercials almost ad nauseum for like 3 weeks straight. Every time I'm like channel surfing, all I do is I'd land on it. At one point, I channel surfed so fast I was able to catch an entire Celino and Barnes commercial across multiple channels back to back because they had the same time slot.
That's
reserved.
amazing.
Yep, they stole it from the old intro. That's brilliant. That was brilliance on their behalf. Jack White says anime that have good English dubs: Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, I got to get on Cowboy Bebop. I got that.
Yu Yu
on Blu-ray. But yes, and we did have another trailer, kids. Although I thought that was probably the clear winner. There was another one that was pretty decent.
So far, all of them as trailers. I think Flash was overwrought as a trailer, if I'm just judging it on a trailer level. Oh, yeah, the Red Guardians.
Oh, why? I don't know why culture is just so down on this movie.
Because he's allowed.
He is loud.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love.
Stay tuned,
that girl died.
Stay
but then she
tuned,
came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. He left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
Sorry, I like this one.
My sacred mission is to create the perfect society.
Another black bad guy. How are they allowing this?
Yeah, that is a bit odd.
He just hated things.
Did Idris Elba like break the glass ceiling on that?
What was that script?
Did Idris Elba break the glass ceiling on this? Because he was the bad guy in Star Trek in 2015, 17?
Well, and now we've got in Ant-Man.
Yep.
Well, and did you hear Idris Elba says he's no longer going to refer to himself as a black actor anymore?
It's okay. He already got the blessing of the WEF. It doesn't matter anymore. Oh my God, the Skittles look here. I wonder why they did it this way.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful
Because of that
to find beside my
memeing game from like 2 years ago.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other.
That was an interesting little Rolf puppet.
Are you ready for one last ride?
We'll all fly away together into the forever and beautiful sky.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this. Knock it off!
What? Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
That's a very, very black gag.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that movie unapologetically. I know culture's all like down and sully about it for some reason, but
At the end of that, you're going to be like, oh, man, Godfather. Look what they did to my boy.
Well, as long as they don't put the head of a raccoon in his bed.
Yeah.
Or the dog. That would be really bad.
Yeah, can't do it to a dog.
Nikki D is in the house. How you doing, Nikki D? Sends in $10. Thank you so much. Says if this panel was hired to write, produce, and direct a remake of The Godfather,
Oh,
That's reimagined for a modern audience. How would you change the story and characters? Who would you cast? Okay, well, first of all, Coppola fought against reimagining it for modern day because the studio wanted him to set it in modern day, so it was cheaper. So right there, I probably wouldn't do that. I'd still stick with the period era, and I wouldn't remake it. But if I had to, gosh, like somebody was putting a gun to my head,
They'd never be
try
able
to-
to afford me.
exactly. Like
My price to do that would be higher than it would ever cost to make a movie.
I just don't see this ever happening, Nikki D. That's probably the biggest problem with it. The closest we'll ever get, I think, was The Offer.
That doesn't even count. That's not anything of that. That's another
I
period
know.
piece about making it. That's
I know,
Eagles
right?
just scored another touchdown.
There you go.
Jalen Hurts.
And that's what I mean is like that's the closest we'll ever get to like a remake of The Godfather, is a movie about the making of it, basically. Like, because it's just one of those things. I just don't, I know never say never in Hollywood, but anybody got any takes on this? Because I just don't even want to touch it like script.
I don't know how to give you your super chats worth here because I wouldn't touch this film ever. I would not. You don't remake this film. Yeah, there are certain films you don't even try. You'd have to. I mean, I would have to be under like threat of death before I would even try to touch this, and then I would not imagine it for a modern audience at all. As Tom suggested, I wouldn't change the time period. It only fits in that time period. I mean, you could certainly do it in space maybe, but it's the same movie. It's just, Godfather.
Now you got me thinking.
No. I mean, it's organized crime in space is probably the only way you could do it. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have said that. Now I'm screwed up.
No, you cannot remake this movie and win if you were going to go anywhere close to the original. If you're even going to attempt it, it has to be something completely absurd, like Godfather in space. So it's so different that you can't compare it.
You're right.
Thank you. It happens once in a while. It's not often.
Well, I was talking to CC. Right?
Oh, fuck. All right.
Both CCs. It was Culture's point in the first place, right?
I'm picking on him. I'm picking on him. He's going to leave us anyway.
I had to leave anyway. By the way, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like your basement.
Thank you. Okay. Yes.
It is quite the man cave. Do check out Culture Casino. He will have a stream later. He's going to be doing here.
Hour and 15 or so.
There you go.
Yeah. So, it
is linked from the show. So.
I will also not be watching the Super Bowl. So maybe Paul will come on that show too and give us updates on the score. Because when we get to 37-34, they're just going to have to put the brakes on it.
I think there's a tradition with the team that's behind in the first always wins the Super Bowl now. They come from behind and they win.
Do you know how many yards the missed field goal was? Because if it was a makeable attempt and they missed it, that is your 3 points.
It was pretty far.
Okay.
Okay. What? Okay. So for a Canadian, what's pretty far? Like,
I don't know. I mean, our fields are 10 yards bigger.
Yeah, I know that's dumb.
And we only have 3 downs.
And 3 downs because we have a manly
no fair
version.
catch.
Yeah, because you guys 4 times. You guys have 4 cracks at getting 10 lousy yards. That's manly. Holy smokes!
How many of you guys have succeeded in the NFL?
How many?
Remind me. How many Canadians have succeeded in the NFL?
We had.
How many?
I can count 1. No,
okay.
2. Moon, and with the guy went to San Francisco. He was with the Argonauts. God dang it, he was good. He was a good quarterback.
Flutie?
No, Flutie was in the NFL. And he did okay here. He was made for the CFL. But I'm thinking of I can't remember.
So Warren Moon was a Canadian?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Learn something every day.
Played with the Edmonton Oilers?
No, Rough Riders.
Rough Riders.
On that note, I'll see you all later. I love you. Bye then.
Take care, culture.
Or he might have been American, but became famous in Canada. Let me rephrase that. He wasn't a Canadian, but he made his fame in Canada back when black quarterbacks were kind of persona non grata in the United States.
Hunch the Dirty Roofers here. Thank you so much for the $5. Says the movie was Bad Gentleman, but didn't Mike Clark Duncan play Kingpin in Daredevil movie? And also, what about Killmonger? Yeah, well, no, we just met recently.
Well, Killmonger came after Idris Elba, but
yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan definitely came before. So, I mean, but the thing is, it didn't become a habit after Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah. No. And I didn't think the director's cut of Deadpool, Jesus. Daredevil was so bad, but no, I think we were referring more to just this recent trend in Disney movies, which is kind of going towards other things I've said where, you watch out because black men are the next white men. I've said that, and I meant it for a reason.
Well, they're getting rid of all straight men. One of the trends that I really hate is I have no problem with, female empowered heroes. What drives me nuts is that they almost always have to belittle the heroic male that works with her.
Yeah.
Like, don't do the belittling part. Work together. Like, I don't understand what the point is to belittle your heroic male counterpart.
Yeah. John Apocalypse is freaking out about the astronaut outfits in Guardians of the Galaxy. Where's the spacesuits from? Good question. I'm sure we'll find out. They're clear homage to like some Jack Kirby art, which I didn't mind, but we'll have to see how they play into the film. Jack White says, Tom, I just sent you an email. Check and see if you got it. I did. And Script, you have no idea what you're missing.
Is in a Hellman's ad with Ken Ham, with John Hamm, Brie Larson Brie and Ham on Hellman's.
Wait, they're doing a commercial for that?
Yes. And then it's the guy
John
from
Hamm is like a male slut.
Keeps betting all the women.
And I got somebody in the background here asking you if Dwight Hicks is the answer you were looking for earlier, Paul.
Dwight Hicks for what?
Probably a football player, Canadian thing.
No. Oh, me. No. I will try to remember.
And then Jack says, Script, if you have no idea what you're missing by not watching anime and reading manga.
Okay. He is busy. He can't. I mean, he's got no time.
He's got work to do.
Yeah. Oh,
and Jack says you could try and rework part 3 of The Godfather, but that's about it. If you guys are tired of woke superhero stuff, check out My Hero Academia. I hope that they pay you for the amount of pushing you do for anime, Jack. I'll tell you that much right now. The only thing I'd change about part 3 is I wouldn't cast Coppola's daughter in the role, and I wouldn't make it the whole incestual thing. That's the thing that I thought was stupid.
I have a confession. I have not seen any of the Godfathers.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Can't tell if you're joking.
Nope, I have not.
I believe him. The Walt Man says, has Chato ever heard of Visionaries Knights of the Magical Light? The full 13 episodes are on YouTube right now. This one came out, I think, in the early 80s, I think it was.
Is that an anime? Visionary?
No, I think this is just a regular animated show. They were toys, if I remember right.
Nope, don't know it.
Yeah, they were like 3D hologram toys, if I remember right.
Oh.
Around the times of Masters Universe, a little after, maybe. More or less. We're supposed to boot you. A boot to the head.
Oh, yeah. No, that's appropriate.
Jack White says, Paul, have you ever checked out the anime, The 7 Deadly Sins and One Piece?
Yep.
So you've seen a few, yeah.
Yep. The 7 Deadly Sins goes on for quite a few years worth of stuff, and it gets tiresome until the end, and then the ending stuff is good. Yeah, you don't have to see everything. You kind of get your fill after the first few seasons.
One thing I like about anime is that they finish the shows they start. And that's one reason I don't watch a lot of Netflix anymore. Kept getting invested in shows. They kept canceling them without finishing them properly.
Well, if you're talking about Netflix, One Punch Man has got a couple of seasons in Japan, but we've only seen the one here. It's frustrating, and I'm not shelling out for Crunchyroll yet. So,
yeah,
I've read all the manga. I've read all the One Punch Man manga, and now I'm waiting for the anime. That's one of the best. That's a terrific series.
We have to see if Demon Slayer
is awesome.
Disrupts things here in the box office the next week or so, or whenever it comes out.
Well, they've just released the one on the train, but there's another sort of the adventures on the train are phenomenal with a very sad ending. It's a brutal show. I mean, it's quite incredible how emotionally involved you can get into that Demon Slayer.
If you want a brutal anime, the 90s Berserk.
Berserk, yes, I've watched
brilliant.
Berserk. Yep.
Probably know some of the music in it because it's been used in memes a lot.
It's very male dominated, Berserk, but it's good.
And it has a strong female character done the
Yes,
right
it
way
does.
too in Casca.
No, that's true. That's true. But there's a lot of testosterone in it.
Oh yeah.
And then we have the Walt Man who sent in $1.99 and says wants us to watch the intro for Visionaries. It's amazing. Yes, I do remember this show as a kid. This is the one I was thinking of. So here we go, real quick.
It is a time when magic is more powerful than science.
Wow.
Those who control the magic.
Never heard of this.
Destiny. They are the Visionaries.
Oh, this is Space He-Man.
Kinda, yeah. And like I said, the toys had like the holographic stickers on them and stuff. You know, to kind of make it look like you could change like the what they were right in the figure itself. Jack White says the reason I push anime so hard is because most of the Western entertainment sphere, outside of a few exceptions, are woke, and it will give you stuff to watch and read in between waiting for the good stuff. Well, Jack, if I actually needed the stuff to watch, that would be one thing. The problem is I don't have time. It is to watch half the shit I do now. And as far as
it's not most of the stuff that's woke, it's only the heavy hitters that are making
really
woke stuff.
Like, and for instance, I had to try and find time to basically not sleep so I could watch Yellowstone, right? So when I do find something I do like, it's tough as hell to do to get it all into my schedule. But no, there's plenty of stuff yet, and I do plan on getting into some anime, and I appreciate all the suggestions you guys throw at us. And yeah, I found your email again. I don't know what has happened before, if you were sending it to the wrong email, if it was just being a jerk, but I found it now. It's right on top here, so we got you. Again, the email's working, so I will check those out.
Too much stuff.
That's the other problem, is that sometimes there's just too much stuff.
Last of Us episode 5 on Friday was pretty amazing as far as I was concerned. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. But I do plan on getting into a few, don't worry. When I do, you guys will know about it because Andre plans on exploiting it. So,
and I watched The Viking Wolf. Terrible. So I watched Viking Wolf so I could speak on behalf of all Norwegian or wherever that thing comes from.
Oh no, that was that. Never mind. I have heard of it. That was that thing that people were asking Andre about last week. So that was horrible, huh?
It was horrible.
Watch, Andre will end up liking it. Be like, what is wrong with you? It was amazing.
Your Andre is getting really good.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's usually Doomcock will throw me off when he does it because he sounds it's kind of like Shatner. You know how most people are not doing Shatner, they're doing Kevin Pollak's version of Shatner.
Sure.
Right. You know, it's like you got to try and remove yourself from everybody's own version of it and do your own original version.
Except when I used to do a lot of voice imitations, and sometimes you couldn't really get them until you heard the person who did the impression do it, and then you pick
it
up.
Helps.
That's right.
Because there's a trick to that.
We have Topo Giger. You know,
Exactly. Yeah, everybody's always doing the impression.
Ed Sullivan, my entire career is over now that he's dead.
But yeah,
no
pretty
one
much
knows
Rich
who.
Little made a whole career out of that,
That's
basically.
correct.
Yes. Elf is here. Oh, go ahead, Paul.
I was just going to say that generally speaking, people, imitators always had the worst material. Drove me nuts.
Yeah,
all they had was the imitation, and then they'd say something stupid, and then that was it. They'd have no material. Even Jim Carrey, when he started that way, we actually offered to write for him because
Now you know why I suck.
Pardon me, what?
Now you know why I suck. I just do impressions. I can't do jokes.
Wait, yeah, you got to have good material.
Haven't we all had that friend at some point who has that one imitation and they just use it constantly when you're around them?
I do
that
a good
too,
Carol
yeah.
Channing, which is not very valuable.
But you never know when you need it. Elf is here, though, and he says, Tom, Attack on Titan could be your new Yellowstone. Maybe.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about it.
First season, just watch the first season. Just insane.
Yeah, I've heard lots of good things about it, so that will be one I hopefully will check out when I get a chance here. And then Jack White also says, again, thank you so much again for all the support. It says, here in the West, and Paul, which fight did you think was better? Meliodas versus versus the Ten Commandments, or the final episode of the first season?
Wow. I actually did the fight. The fight against the Ten Commandments was good. Oh, they're both good. I don't know. I thought it worked out quite well. I mean, I enjoyed Meliodas versus the Ten Commandments. I mean, we found out that Meliodas was actually part of the evil cabal that turned good. So it was good. I enjoyed it.
There you go. And with that, I think, did we miss a super chat from bass player? I know we got one. Did you miss it?
Two.
You get two? Okay, I'll check and make sure I didn't miss it. I'm so sorry about that. This is the one I think we missed here. Bass player 2011. If he says, come of it, Paul, or come off it, Paul. Sorry. When was the last time a Canadian team won the cup? You can't win the big prize in a sport in your country and your countrymen invented.
Well, the oldest trophy, I believe, in North America is the Grey Cup.
There's the Grey Cup with the Stanley Cup. It's not the Canadian titled teams, but whoever usually wins that year has the most Canadian players on their team. So they're not even American players on your hockey team winning you the cup.
Oh yeah,
the Stanley
you
Cup. I mean, that's
We
just a
can't play
fact. In fact, some of my friends who do fantasy hockey, they look at all of the teams and they find out where all the players came from, and if they all came from Canada, the one that has the most Canadians on it ends up winning, and they end up winning the fantasy.
Interesting.
Bet, yeah.
They all leave Canada because they don't want to pay the taxes up here.
No,
probably.
I just realized I'm the only American on this panel now.
It's sad.
Yeah, we have you surrounded.
We have you. That's right.
Kind of like my state. Aside from Minnesota and Michigan, it would be like you guys are. Yeah. But with that, I think we're going to start wrapping it up. I know we didn't really go too long, but there's not much else to talk about, really. I mean, everybody's kind of distracted with the Super Bowl stuff. I think we've seen the biggest of the trailers.
Yeah, I want to see this halftime show with Rihanna.
Oh, is that who the halftime show is? Oh,
Yeah.
God, I can't not miss that.
Anything in the world.
Did I get the English correct there, script?
I've seen a Heineken Ant-Man commercial. It's very exciting.
Oh, there was an Ant-Man commercial? I didn't see that. Let me grab that, then we'll leave on that.
We can leave on that.
There we go. Let's see here. That's a month ago, 3 months ago, 2 days ago. Well, let's see with the filter.
This is not a very good ad. And then the Farrell ad for General Motors electric cars was the weirdest ad. I went, okay. That's
this
not
one?
really appealing.
A Heineken ad? Really?
Heineken ad that features.
Wow. They're going a little risque there, considering
Yeah,
that's
I think
alcohol.
so.
Okay.
There it is.
Scott, keep your beers out my fridge. Really, Hank? Really? You know the rules. No shrinking and drinking, obviously. Do not consume a full-size beer at ant size.
Like that's even possible. Do not dive into the beer.
And do not give alcohol to the ants, even if they ask.
Even if
Not a
they
problem,
ask.
Hank. Alcohol free. Scott, jeez, come on.
Wait,
That
what's
is
the
a
point then?
weird combo.
Lock the fridge. Guys, come on. It's my last one. You're not going to
This is probably funnier than anything in the movie.
My God, I'll never get over your strength.
I don't understand what the point of having Heineken is if there's no alcohol in it.
Yeah, me neither. I never understood non-alcoholic beer.
Well, because Heineken...
Non-alcoholic beers for fucking alcoholics who are trying to quit drinking, basically. That's all it is.
Yeah. Heineken's not my favorite beer.
No, not mine either.
Not my favorite global beer. Amstel is not a bad global beer. But certainly not Pabst Blue Ribbon or Old Milwaukee.
I like Kokanee.
That was kind of a cute ad.
Yeah, Kokanee's good. For a cheap beer, yeah, Kokanee's not bad. My son and I will pass that around.
Could have been worse, but I thought that was a pretty cute ad. Better than some of the shit we've seen out of the trailer so far, I guess.
I guess I'm feeling a little bit in a good mood. I don't know why. So,
Jack asks, Paul, did you watch the Netflix 7 Deadly Sins movie that focuses on Meliodas' son Tristan?
I've seen so many, I can't recall. I'm sorry. I don't.
And then Mecca J says I missed a super chat of his. Oh, darn.
Well, there it is, right there.
There's one of them anyway.
Oh.
Shoot. Well, this happens when I don't have a mod like 6 to help. Let me keep going looking. I'm sorry about that, Mecca. Did I get this one too, just to make sure? Yes, saw that. Yeah, we got that one. I'm just double checking ones as I'm going back up to make sure we didn't miss any more. Sometimes when I go to videos and stuff, I do that. We got that one. Punch Dirty Riffer, we got that one. Geesh, how long ago was it? I'm so sorry. Wish I'd seen sooner.
Oh, he's cuts inside. He's going. Oh, he's out at the 20-yard line. Eagles on the 20-yard line of the Kansas City.
Seen that one. Oh, this is way back there.
Eagles still leading?
I believe they are, yes.
And we got this one, right? Tiger Valley, I'm pretty sure. Never I wanted a movie to fail so badly. I think we got that one. Yeah.
Which one was he referring to?
Flash.
Flash?
Mecca J says the new Super Mario Brother movie commercial has me even more excited to see the film. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Exactly.
Well, that is the job of a trailer.
Yep.
But I mean,
I know
think
exactly what they're doing.
But people are also positively predisposed to the product, right? I mean, that's an awful lot of people. When I talked about the DC universe under Gunn, a lot of people just said they don't like Ezra as a human being, and they refuse to see the show just based on that. So,
yeah. Waltman points out that Visionaries was planned for Hasbro's Movieverse. Oh, interesting. We'll see if that gets off the ground.
That's why it feels like a Hasbro.
6 is not feeling well, unfortunately. Yes, so we miss her clearly because I'm missing super chats. And then Miguel Farah says pointless super chat to further confuse Tom. Well, what that does is hopefully we haven't missed any more super chat. Oh, we missed the Facts X trailer. Do we really have to watch it?
Okay, we've got Eagles going for a field goal, 35-yard attempt. The European soccer player kicks it, and it looks good right down the middle. 10-point lead at the half.
There you go. Oh, it's only
Still
halftime.
heading towards that
Jesus.
3-point split.
Ugh.
If culture's right, I don't even know.
They're going to.
Does anybody really want to watch the Fast X trailer? I've never seen any of them.
It's horrible. Oh my God, is it terrible?
Weren't we getting like a Mission Impossible trailer too, or no?
Wait, are they going in space or not?
I think that was the last one I thought.
Oh, I can't remember. Have they driven so fast that they tread water across the ocean?
No, I think they got time travel left too.
They've not hydroplaned across the Atlantic.
No, I think they got hydroplaning and time
But
travel left.
They are dropping Challengers out of airplanes still.
That sounds expensive.
Well, I'd expect that in the intro.
Yeah. So, and the bad guy is Jason Momoa.
Oh, I thought isn't Brie Larson in it too? This one.
I have no idea.
I heard that, but I haven't looked into it or watched. I just heard it.
I'm not a Fast and Furious. I've not seen a single one of the movies.
We got a couple more yet. I forgot. We haven't got to dinosaurs yet either. Script. Once they merge Jurassic World and Fast and Furious, all bets are off.
They should merge The Godfather with Jurassic World.
I'm guessing dinosaurs does not refer to the Jim Henson Show right now.
No.
I know you velociraptors are a little aggressive, but gotta take it easy. Gonna be killing everybody.
That's right. Someone put a brontosaurus head in my bed.
You're gonna start a war.
Yeah, see, I don't come up with the good jokes. I'm out of steam. There was a new South Park last week, and I didn't know either.
Wow.
Yeah. That dropped without me completely unaware. I mean, I remember them saying there was a new season coming, but it's like, oh shit, it's already here. So yeah, with that, was there anything that anybody else wanted to bring up? Any?
No, you can watch my just released Hogwarts Legacy comment on the insanity of that.
Oh yeah, that was good.
So tried to get philosophical on it. So thank you, Script. And my TV guide video came out 2 days earlier. That was fun. I got a joke in there I was very proud of. Knight Rider was in 1982, that great show with Hasselhoff. But I had the joke where, how you could tell that Knight Rider was a fake? Because
the car didn't blow up.
Because yes, the Firebird was reliable.
Yeah, I got that joke. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I'm interested to see if 84 is equally
well,
exciting.
83 is coming up, and it's dreadful.
So, well, yeah. So was 83 in the movies and shit like that too.
I got to get my.
That's what I was saying. 82 was a golden year for movies, music, and television, and I think 84 is going to be another one, curiously enough, but we'll have to wait and see because I can't remember what show started in 84. But
So it's the halftime there. I guess it's time for us to sign off.
All right. Yeah, that's probably a good place to do it. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into this short wrap up. We appreciate it. Quite a few of you did show up, and I appreciate it. So, what? Really? That South Park episode was quoting Midnight's Edge talking points.
Which South Park?
Now I do have to watch it. The new one, I guess.
Oh, there's a new one.
That's what I said. Yeah, they just started a new season. It just started last week. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It totally spaced it out because I knew, there's a new one coming in February. I'm like, oh shit, it's already February. And somebody asked me earlier if I'd seen the new episode yet. I'm like, oh shit, it already started.
What season are they on? Like 26?
26.
26, okay.
Yeah. And I don't even know how they're counting with these specials.
Are they on?
It's on Comedy Central, but I believe HBO Max has the new episodes when they come out. They have the rights for them, if I'm not mistaken, or I have to go to Hulu to watch it, one of the two. So if somebody knows what it's on right now, I'll go watch it right after this. And then I think I'm going to watch 1923. So I think that's
right. The latest episode just dropped this weekend.
I believe so. It should have, yes.
Well, it's
HBO does have them. Thank you, Duck Nation. So
okay.
Yes,
it's not on Crave. So I can't.
Yeah, I have no idea for Canada. That's true. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Sorry.
No one thinks of Canada. It's
no, but if you have actual television, they're probably repeating it at nausea on Comedy Central.
Or the Canada's Comedy Channel might be.
Or yeah, I don't know what you guys have up there for that. Yeah.
We barely have internet up here.
Well, you barely have internet up there. You're mobile.
You got 2 channels, eh? One channel is a tree and the other one's a beer.
It's not far from the truth. I mean, like it's a monopoly pretty much.
Sometimes on the tree channel, a bear walks by.
Yeah, you're right, CC. There's like maybe 5 service providers in Canada. 2 of them are huge, or 2 of them are huge. One is mid-huge, and then the rest are really small. And most of the rest that are small ones just buy their service from those big ones and sell it to you.
And they all seem to offer the exact same plans at the exact same price all the time.
Well, that's CRTC.
No competition. Yeah, exactly.
CRTC there. The other part too is that all the technology that Bell uses is identical to all the technology that AT&T uses, because they're both secretly owned by another company that's facilitating that technology, or not so secretly owned. That was
Oh,
fun.
I forgot about Channel 3, which is a Maple Leaf. Yeah, I forgot. Anyway, with that, we have one more super chat, and then we're gonna get out of here. Pudding Tang sent in $5 and says we need to start a Hogwarts like boycott against Fast X because of its glorification of the internal combustion engine.
Yep.
Oh, well, yeah, that is problematic, I guess. Yes. I really care. I wish I cared about Fast X because we'd watch it, but it doesn't sound like anybody else gives 2 shits either. So sorry about that, guys. For those who do,
I've only seen the first Fast and the Furious, I think.
I only saw part of the first one.
I mean, one of my favorite movies is still Gone in 60 Seconds as far as car movies.
Yeah, I like that one, but
I like the old Italian Job movie. That was a good one.
Yeah, I got that one. Yeah,
the one in the subway, and
the remake wasn't even half bad. I mean, it was all right. Yeah, I think they used the subway in or the tunnel anyway.
The tunnel,
the little cars, the minis, yeah. Which they ended up redoing again with the remake, so it was kind of
the new minis.
Yeah, with the new minis, yeah. Miguel Farah says pointless super chat to further confuse Tom again.
Another one.
I'm even more confused now. With that, I think it's time to go. What do you guys think?
Time to go.
Correct the mundo.
Take care of yourselves, guys. Check out Paul's channel. He has new videos nearly every single day, and he hops on with us in the morning show. Check out Script Doctor's channel. He does Viking and other stuff over there.
Yeah, my girlfriend's got addicted to it. I literally set her up on a game before the stream. So that's
wow, it took me a moment. I thought you almost said for a second there's something
it's
completely
a mining
different.
game.
It's a survival game, yeah, but there's a lot of mining to it.
Yeah, that exciting.
He said my
mining.
girlfriend's got addicted.
Mining.
Oh
that
God,
mining,
yeah. No,
I watched an entire episode of yours, and that mining was scintillating.
I know that I want to do that offline, but I keep getting DMs from people like, why aren't we watching the mining? Like, so weird.
Well, I'm the wrong audience for that game.
Yeah.
And then CC also has a channel, of course, if you haven't heard about it already. It's CC Karaoke. And we've been doing Friday night live streams, isn't that right?
That is correct. We were off for a few months. We used to do it on Sundays. Now we're on Fridays at 10 p.m. Pacific. So if you're up in the middle of the night, at that point, drunk or not, and just wondering what to do,
I got to wear my
singing songs.
Cowboy hat next time you're on, CC.
He can come on and do some original tunes, some other fun stuff. You play the guitar. In fact, that reminds me, we got this still here.
When a humble bard graced the ride along with Geralt of Rivia, along came the song from when the White Wolf fought a silver-tongued devil. His army of elves at his hooves they did revel. They came after me with masterful deceit. They broke down my loot and they kicked in my teeth, while the devil's horns minced our tender meat. And so cried the Witcher that he can't be bleed. Hey, toss the coin to your Witcher, oh belly of plenty, oh belly of plenty. smashes and breaks you and brings you the morn. He thrust every elf far back on the shelf, high up on the mountain from whence it came. He wiped out your pest, got kicked in his chest. He's a friend of humanity, so give him the rest. That's my epic tale. A champion prevailed, defeated the villain. Now pour him some ale. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, a friend of humanity. Don't be alone, toss him a coin, he's a friend of humanity. Hey!
I'm friends with a manatee.